I gotta go. Welcome to Robbinsdale Armstrong High School for this boys soccer matchup between the host Falcons and the visiting Park Center Pirates. Good evening, everyone. I'm Alex Walker, joined by Sig Liger here at Armstrong High School. And the last game of the season for these teams. And Sig, it's been a tough one for Armstrong, 2-13 on the year. Coming into tonight, your last home game, what's the mindset for the Falcons in trying to kind of keep their spirits up and keep playing hard?
Well, they have to finish strong. That's the last game of the year. They have an unfavorable record, obviously, and they're not very happy with that. But they need to go finish on a high note so they get into sections. Depending on the seedings, you never know what's going to happen in the postseason. So they should be playing strong and see how it goes out.
Speaking of seedings, this is an important game for Park Center as far as not only trying to secure a second place finish in the conference, but also for seedings as they're going to be set soon after this game for sections. So for Park Center, how do you avoid a letdown and maybe what they're thinking might be an easy game coming in here tonight?
Well, I don't think it will be. I think their mindset is clear. They want a good seeding in the sections, and the only way they're going to do that is to perform. So they have to come out strong. They have to play their game, and then move into the sections.
It's going to be an interesting one. Robbinsdale Armstrong hosting the visiting Park Center Pirates here at Armstrong High School. We'll have all the action coming up next here on Channel 12 Sports.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Lindsay, for example. Her first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. Right away, she received professional training and now has the tools and skills necessary to produce her own show. She's turning dreams into realities right from her own home. And best of all, she's sharing her passion with members of her community and beyond. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy! Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Will, for example. His first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. He's learning production skills and now has access to cutting-edge equipment. He's working on local music productions, meeting new people, and gaining experience needed to produce his own show. Best of all, he's sharing his passion for music with others in his community. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
Hey, you going out like that?
Yeah, why?
Well, what would the neighbors think?
I see you! Come look at Mr. Feather. Look what I have. Mr. Bird, remember? Bark, bark, bark. We're just playing. We're just playing on trying to get you out of there.
even still.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Volunteering is more than just a word. It's a window to opportunities. Take Mark, for example. By taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television, Mark is helping bring entertainment and information to his community, along with building a foundation of skills that will take him one step closer to his dreams. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Good one, son.
Last summer, my new dad took me on vacation. First, we went deep sea fishing. Wow!
I'm so proud of you, son.
And then we went on Thunder Shark. That was awesome! Let's go again. 3 times. I gotta say, it was pretty cool.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Oh, not again.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Welcome back to Robbinsdale Armstrong High School, where the visiting Park Center Pirates are taking on the host Armstrong Falcons in the last game of the year for each team. Armstrong coming in tonight with a 2-13-1 record. Not the season that they were hoping they would have ahead of time, I'm thinking, Sig.
No, it wasn't. They knew there were going to be some changes in the personnel, but they had a rough year, a little tough on defense. But they want to end up with a high note and move into the sections.
Park Center, on the other hand, hoping to end on a high note as well. They are right now 8-2-2 in the conference, hoping to pick up their 9th win, which could put them into potential tie for second place with Anoka. Andover looking to win the conference. They're at the top right now, finishing with a 10-2-1 record. But Coach Getchell and his Armstrong Falcons just kind of hoping to improve. The good news for them is up until the last 4 games, they had scored 2 goals all season long, Sig. And now in the last 4, they're kind of starting to find their footing a little bit. All 4 have been losses, but they've scored in every one, including their last one, a 4-1 loss to Spring Lake Parks in Anthony Village. So Coach Getchell and his team trying to end things on a strong note. Park Center, meanwhile, as we said, coming in with that 8-2-2 record. Their last game, however, was a loss, 2-0 to Osseo. And Coach McNatten telling us before the game, Coach Sean McNatten, that his team kind of came out guns blazing this year. And now they're, as we get a good look at Salvador Salado, the goalkeeper for the Pirates, kind of losing a little steam at the end of the year, something you certainly don't want going into your last game and into sections.
No, absolutely. It's very challenging to keep up the momentum for the entire season. Keep the team in a high energy, fast moving, fast passing pace. And at the end of the year, you get a little bit tired. Looking at their record, they may feel that, well, we can coast a little bit, but the coach wants them to be aggressive. They want them to be in the attack mode so they can get into the sections. And obviously this will impact the seedings as they come up. They think they know where they are, but we'll find out for sure on this weekend.
Falcons will start with the ball and immediately a quick turnover, but knocked out of bounds. So we'll have a goal kick right away by Armstrong goalkeeper John Slack, who we just threw a name up on the screen a little bit ago. Slack, Coach Kent Getchell telling us before the game, he thinks that Slack, despite all the goals that he's let in, if you look at it, is possibly a top 5 keeper in the state, which continues a strong tradition of Armstrong goaltending.
That seems to be their forte, and they have one again this year. The issue has been a little bit on the defensive 4 in the backfield, trying to keep the attackers out, and here we have an offside.
That's Lucas Lisney going offside for the Pirates, and you're going to see, I'm guessing, a lot of that tonight. The Pirates are a fast team. They like to push the ball forward. Coach McNahan kind of joked with us before the game. He said his players like to think they're a possession team, but really they just kick the ball forward, chase after it, and they're so fast a lot of times they get to it and create scoring opportunities for themselves.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Not if you got the legs to do it. If you got the horses to do it, it's not at all. So that's a ball out of bounds. We're going to get a throw in here now, taken by number 24, Shell Hokinson for the Falcons. No score, just over a minute into the game here. Again, 2-13, the Falcons' record on the year coming to this last game, 8-2-2 for Park Center. So, you expect this to be a lopsided affair based on the team's records, but coming in, Park Center not playing as well as they have been, where Armstrong's been possibly overachieving a little bit lately. So we'll see if we get a competitive one yet. Hokinson taking the ball almost all the way down to the corner to get the throw in. Gets it in, goes off a Park Center head, and sent back out. Armstrong collects, and Park Center wins the 50-50 ball and now try to push things up. That's going to be Gabriel Vasquez with the ball, trying to get it ahead, and good effort that time by Michael Errol for, check that, that was Josh Adams, one of the captains for Armstrong, to get the ball. But now cleared ahead, and we'll get another throw in for Robbinsdale Armstrong. The Falcons coming into this game having lost their last 5. Their last win was a 2-0 win over Elk River Zimmerman back on Thursday, September 24th. So
that's a long drought.
I'd say they're due.
Yes. Coach certainly feels that way.
Yeah, he's pretty sure they're locked into the 8th seed in their section 6, with teams like Wayzata and Minneapolis Southwest probably near the top of that section. But you still want to finish the season on a strong note, especially for a team with the tradition and pride that Armstrong does in boys soccer.
That's absolutely true. When I looked at the record, I was kind of surprised because every time we come out to see Armstrong, they're always in the thick of things in the conference and gearing up for the sections.
Ball sent ahead now. No one there for the Falcons to receive it, but well, so far, I mean, we're only 3.5 in, but all the plays been down on the Armstrong offensive side of the field, kind of continuing those fast starts that the Falcons have been able to get lately. Now taken away by Simon McManus. McManus with the shot, and that one trickles wide left of the goal. The captain for the Falcons with a good effort on net. I suppose when you're 2-13, you're just going to take as many shots as you can and try and get something on, see if you can get something in.
Oh, absolutely. Even though with the win-loss Wolves of this year, talking to the Armstrong coach before the game, very optimistic about the future. The next year or so, they're going to get a lot of good premier players playing for Armstrong, so the program's future looks good.
Flicked on ahead, headed back by Park Center, and now McManus tries to knock that one down out of the air. Now taken by David Ajiman. Park Center sends it ahead. That one's going to be a little too far, however, for Sam Moses, the leading scorer for Park Center, and so we'll get a goal kick for Armstrong. Number 13, Moses, for the Pirates, really the star player for this Park Center team. He's got 16 goals on the year, whereas the next closest on the Pirates is 5. 12 assists, where the next closest is 6. Good for 28 points, and the next closest is Fouad Tahir with 11, who's not playing tonight, out with an injury. So Moses really is the guy that makes this Park Center team tick, and Coach McNabb saying ahead of time, we get a chance here. Now coming in, a shot and a goal! And it's the other 13. Josh Adams, the captain, and Armstrong sneaks behind a napping Park Center defense. Adams puts him up 1-0.
You'll see the ball going back, miscue on the defense. Feed out right here, and then comes right through the defense and finishes it off him just inside the far post. Look at this penetration right here. 3 defenders, and he gets right between them, or in the midst of them, and makes it 1-0 Armstrong.
And what a kick with the outside of his foot as the ball is bouncing. Salado, the goalie for Park Center, came out to challenge him, and he just beats him right to Salado's left-hand side. And Armstrong surprisingly on top 1-0, although they've been making a habit of that lately, getting up 1-0 early in games. Right. I think Coach Getchell said coming into this 3 games in a row, they've had 1-0 leads and just haven't been able to hold them. But still, Park Center got to be shocked a little bit to be down so quickly, just 5 minutes into this game. Great goal, great individual effort that time by Adams to get through the defenders and put that one on. And now here's a chance for Park Center. Turning and shooting is Vaquera. Chino Vaquera just misses that time. And so we'll have a goal kick for Armstrong. So quickly Park Center comes back down and attacks. They're not going to stop doing that, especially with the 1-0 deficit after the goal by Adams.
I'm sure we'll be seeing the Park Center speed in action for the rest of this game. Battle forward here. Armstrong trying to collect it.
And able to hang on to it is the Pirates. Again, that's Vaquera.
Armstrong defense. There's a foul called against Park Center, but it's play on.
Ball comes back up to Vaquera. Can't quite get to it. Now chasing after it is Jet Taipananse. And Taipananse tries to skip it inside, knocked down and sent back out by the Falcons defense. They're going to turn upfield quickly. Come and get it is Adams. He settles it for Nolan Frey. Frey drops it back to Garrett Hanlon. Hanlon sends the ball ahead, but out of bounds. So we'll get a throw in for Park Center. 1-0. Armstrong on the last game of the season for the Falcons, the regular season that is. Of course, section seedings will begin soon after this game. Park Center with a good shot, especially if they win tonight, to be the top seed in their section 5 AA. And there's Coach Sean McNatton thinking his team, like I said, has got a good shot at that top seed. And what's a tough section, one that he himself says is probably 7 teams deep, and he would know 2 years ago they were the 2 seed and lost to the 7 seed, so anything can happen in that section, but you're still certainly going to be happy to get home field throughout if you can.
That's certainly a goal.
And then Kent Getchell, the coach for Armstrong, who's been here so long he couldn't even remember. He said, that's 12, 13 years, I don't even remember at this point. He's had a lot of success too.
He's built a great program here.
This year more of an anomaly, but tonight a 1-0 lead here early in the first half against a good Pirates team. And that one would have been offsides to Vaquera, but the ball got past him, so they let Slack collect it and send it back upfield. Now Armstrong sending the ball way ahead. Adams the only guy able to pursue it up there. Gets in front of the ball and is able to control and keep it in. Nice individual effort by Adams, who's really come to play tonight. Sends it back in. Here's a chance by Frey, and that one goes just wide. Nice individual effort by Adams, and then Frey, quality work to get a touch on it.
And what you don't see on the replay here is Adams was 1-on-3 coming down into that and still managed to control the ball and then got the pass off for that shot. So kudos to Adams that time for real hustle.
First sub of the game, Haruna Kali coming in for Park Center, as we're going to see Clement Kamara get a break. And ball comes out of bounds. And Armstrong, check that, Park Center, they're going to say, is going to have the throw in this time. This is going to come in from Chad Corby. Collecting it, sending back up is Moses. And the ball now dribbled up by Glenn Bakoya. Bakoya with a chance, sends this one inside, shot, and a great save by Slack. Nice play to stay onside by the Park Center forward. Let's take a look here. Pass inside by Bakoya, quick shot, and Slack able to take the ball off Vaquera's foot. And boy,
that's a Class A save.
Absolutely, that's why Coach Getchell says they've had trouble on defense, the Falcons have this year, but if not for that, Slack might be considered one of the best goalies in the state, and he showed why right there. Great reflexes off a quick shot by Vaquera. Now the ball back on the Armstrong offensive end, but controlled by the Pirates. Flicked ahead. Good effort chasing after it that time by Vaquera. Check that by Taipananse.
Lost it for a moment, then tried to feed it over to the side, and it goes over the touchline for a throw-in for Armstrong. This is the last opportunity. Ball comes over, a little push, and John Slack right there to protect that lower inside post position, which is so vulnerable sometimes for the keeper.
It is. Looks like it might have been just maybe a half a foot outside if it would have got by him, but nonetheless, a nice effort by Slack. So now Armstrong playing good defense in their offensive end, able to get the ball back, and they're going to be considered to have knocked the ball out of bounds, though. So the throw-in will come and go off the face of Park Center's Collie. So quickly, McManus puts it back into play for the Falcons. Check that, that's Hokinson putting that back in.
Playing a little pinball right here.
It's Armstrong's Emmanuel Safo sending it ahead. Safo's a player Getchell said is really a dynamite playmaker, someone that other team members, or other opponents rather, are kind of scared to go up against. He's just kind of still learning how to control his touches and control the ball. He's a little bit of a wild man yet, but a very skilled player and very athletic. Very dynamic.
That's on the Park Center defense, able to wrestle the ball away and got it part way out. And now it's a foul call against Armstrong.
So we'll get a free kick just outside of midfield. It's going to be taken by Brenton Brocky.
Good 64, 65 yards out.
Brocky sends it out across kind of between two players, and now it's going to be collected by Moussa Toure. Toure sends it back, cross comes in, and the header just goes wide. I'm not sure, looks like somebody from Park Center got their head on that between about three Armstrong defenders.
Here's the kick.
That was Moses that time, who it went over everybody and then off Moses's head. Moses, like we said, who has 16 goals on the year for the Pirates, far and away the team leader. And like we were saying before, I think just before Adams scored his goal, as Moses goes, this Park Center team goes. He's kind of the leader of the team as far as with his play.
He's the catalyst.
Salado picks it up for Park Center. And he's going to boot it ahead. Off of Hokinson, skip back ahead, and now Frey's going to get it. Tries to spring Adams, but good defense that time by Brocky to keep it in. Drop back, Safo, and now Hokinson. McManus, rather. And now Moses. Great body control to collect it. They've got a 2-on-1 and a good stick that time by the defender. I believe that was Jackson Crusoe for Armstrong getting in.
He was a stepper, tried to step around and couldn't get around the defense.
And that was Crusoe, one of the captains wearing the armband for Armstrong, doing a nice job back there. Now a chance again for Adams, a shot, and that one goes just left. Josh Adams really putting the pressure on here early for Robbinsdale Armstrong. This one, good chance.
It's a header for the pass and the shot just outside the near post.
Boy, 15 minutes into this game, Armstrong has really put on significant offensive pressure. It's been back and forth all the way. I'd like to see this wide open soccer here, especially at the end of the year, with really, teams kind of locked into their positions as far as the conference and the section, but wanting to finish on a good note. Good job by Brocky to step in front of that, although they're going to say he's a bit dangerous with his foot up high, and so he's going to have to hustle back while Armstrong sets up for a free kick. So,
looking for center referee Mark Weber to set things up, and here's the kick.
Hokanson sends it in, headed back out by Brocky. Hokanson gets his head back on it to send it forward. Flicked off a Park Center player. Salato's out and able to get to it after a good defensive effort by number 15 for Park Center, Taipananse. Good job coming back and shielding Safo from getting to that one so that Salato can pick it up.
That was kind of scary.
And that could have been real dangerous for Park Center if they go down 2-0 early. As dangerous as they are offensively, you don't want to get down 2-0 to any team. Here's a shot from deep. It doesn't bother Slack too much. That one will go out of bounds for a goal kick.
He was tracking it all the way. He knew it was going to be wide of the net. So he gets a substitute ball and will do the goal kick.
It's going to be Diggs Bella coming in now for Taipananse, who we saw just make that nice defensive play for Park Center. Earned himself a little bit of a break with that. And right away Armstrong gets it and sends it forward again. Off the outside of the put, Frey gets it, looking for someone to skip it ahead to. Nice pass. Could have just put a little more on it. He would have sprung Safo, but good job dribbling around 3 Park Center defenders to get there.
And yeah, as you said, he'd been a little bit earlier for that pass. He would have been off and running with a one-on-one.
And Armstrong, it's interesting. We talked to their coach beforehand. He talked about their defensive struggles. And it doesn't look like they're even really concerned. They want to get out and make this a shooting match and score. They had 4 guys up forward on the line that time, all onside. And they're just looking to score as much as possible and hope Slack can save them on the other end. And here's another chance. Salato coming out to get this one as Safo chases it on.
And he distributes to his right.
Very nicely. Passing it ahead to Kali. Kali steps back, slows it down. And now looking to have a more formed attack. Kali gets it back on the right outside. And can't quite make that pass connect. Gets the ball back. Drops it back to Bella. Bella sends it in. Now controlled. Corby sends it back. Back to Bella. The shot, and this one goes just wide. That's Bakoya for the Pirates on the shot that time. Nice offensive possession that time by Park Center.
Nice movement here, good control. Takes a shot, goes just to the right of the post.
For a team that likes to run and gun, that was a nice composed passing sequence for them.
Yes, it was.
Here's Bella getting challenged. Looks like Ajiman, David Ajiman, 2 Ajimans on this team. David, the older one, and James, that's just a sophomore. And now the ball skipped ahead, chasing onto it. I believe that's Moses. And the ball is going to come back and get settled by Kali. Kali sends it inside to Vasquez. Gabriel Vasquez trying to connect with Moses. Can't, but Park Center gets the ball back. Now Moses has it outside. Tries to dribble around and does his defender. Trying to get around the second one. Hokanson, and he does. Until the ref calls it out of bounds, and we're going to get a goal kick. It looked for a moment like he had Hokanson beat, but Hokanson knew just where the ball was.
And managed to get it off the attacker for the goal kick.
Slack sends the ball ahead. McManus tries to flick it forward. And the ball finally comes back to the defense. Smith T. Now Brocky steps up, trying to spring his teammate Vaquero forward. We get a throw in now for Park Center. Just about halfway through this first half. Armstrong with a 1-0 lead, and there's been a back and forth contest so far. The lone goal by Josh Adams 5 minutes into the game for the Falcons is giving the 2-13 hosts a 1-0 lead right here in the last game of the season before sections for both of these squads. Slack is going to get a goal kick, but not before we get a substitution. Michael Arell, a freshman midfielder, one of 3 freshmen on this squad, is going to come in. And Frey looks like he's going to get himself a rest. Well, I can't tell now. They got a couple players coming to the side. Nope, Frey's just moving over to an outside left position, and it looks like David Ajiman is going to get the break for Armstrong. And now we get a little 2-on-1 here. Good defense that time by the Falcons. I believe that was Craig Kaiser stepping up to that. And here's a shot, but offside. So not a chance there for Armstrong that time, but nice job trying to spring Sappho ahead as they look to stand the attack.
If you look at the attack on the last 3 or 4 trips down the field here, Armstrong's done a really good job of getting their forwards in some good shooting positions.
Both teams really, as Moses now steps ahead and waits for his teammates to catch up, doing a good job getting themselves ready. And a nice cross that time by Moses, just a little too high for Vaquera.
Here's it again. A little bit too much on this one. And here's the other forward. Up, trying to get upside down underneath it, but couldn't quite reach it. Needed a step ladder for that one.
Chino Vaquera, one of 3 players tied for second place on the Pirates squad with 5 goals on the year. Of course, behind Moses is 16. Armstrong time to collect. McManus sends it ahead. Kicked back by Kaiser. Falcons control again, but sent back up. And now here's a chance for Vaquera. Vaquera settles. Stops it with his left. Drops it back for his teammate. I believe that's Norby. And the shot, and that one's sky high. That time by Corby, check that. And actually, I correct myself, that's 14 is Alex Zolnoski, senior midfielder for Park Center. And Zolnoski now is going to get a break as checking into the game is Amadou Manoba, junior forward for Park Center. Slack sends the ball up, gets caught up a little bit, so not too far of a goal kick. But Park Center will take possession. That's Colley dropping it back. Now springing ahead, Moses. Moses with the shot, and that one just misses. A foot left of the post. Great quick shot there by Moses, who had Slack beat.
You'll see it again. Moses getting the return pass here. Turns. Tries to sneak it past Slack on the inside, but just a little bit too much on the outside post.
And that was Manoba just checking into the game, doing a nice job with that pass to spring Moses for that chance. Boy, Park Center is really quick with the ball once they get possession in that deep in that offensive zone, trying to spring their players. And it starts right back in the midfield like that with guys like Colley, who just had the ball. Great vision by this Pirates team. You can see why they've won 13 games on the year. Check that, 10 games on the year. 10-3-2, the Pirates' overall record here. Flicking ahead is Adams. Adams with another great individual effort. McManus with the shot, and that one just goes over the post. The 2 captains working together to create the chance, and Armstrong almost had a 2-0 lead, Sig.
This was so close. Look at this opportunity. Tried to just 9-iron it right over the keeper and could not get underneath the crossbar.
Great look that time by our camera crew as McManus's hands go over his head.
So
he knew
close.
how close he was to
Yeah.
making this a 2-0 game. We'll get a foul here quickly, and Rocky's going to kick it for the Pirates. You know, and that one, just like Adams' goal, right up the middle. We were talking to Coach McNatt before the game, and he talked about how one of the strengths of his team were his 2 inside defenders,
right.
Craig Kaiser and Brenton Brocky, and giving up a couple chances there now right down the middle tonight.
Yeah, the Armstrong forwards are giving them all they can handle.
Brocky can't quite get his head on that one. McManus had it. Now the ball sent back forward, controlled by the Pirates. And it comes down to Manoba. A couple players battle for it. Manoba eventually gets it out. And now it's sent ahead for Kali. Coming out to get it is Slack, however, as the ball a little bit strong. And Slack will sky it right back out to midfield. No waiting for either of these teams. They're going 100% right now.
Yeah, it's full speed ahead, both sides.
This is some fun soccer. Now sent ahead for Manoba. Manoba turns on the Jets with those neon green shoes, but smartly knocked out of bounds that time by Smith T. And so we'll have a throw-in for Park Center.
You don't have those neon green?
I would not look good in neon anything. I have trouble enough with my own wardrobe. I'm going to let the kids stick to the neon. Manoba with the ball. And this one sneaks through somehow. Kali wanted a shot at it, and standing right in between him and the net was Jackson Crusoe. Park Center gets the ball back, though, trying to get it across. Armstrong stops it, and it looks like we're going to get a corner kick, our first of the game. That one just went out of bounds off the foot of Garrett Hanlon there, the sophomore defender for the Falcons. So, with just over 14 minutes left to play in the first half, it's going to be Manoba taking our first corner kick of the game. The righty.
The all-important set plays.
With the in-swinger here. As we get a sub really quick, coming back in is Chris Alwick. I've checked that. That's Tanner Holte for the Falcons, manning the far post. And here comes the kick. Manoba sends it in and gets headed back out. Manoba's going to be able to get to it, settle it. Instead, he pops it straight up. McManus heads it ahead, and everybody will move back out. Rocky sends it outside. That one grabbed by Clement Kamara. Kamara trying to figure out what to do with it. Able to send it just ahead, and it's going to be offside in the net. But offside, that was actually Kamara, number 8 there, who moved into the offside position.
And fortunately for them, they were offside. Those two attackers were just standing there unmarked and ready to put it in. They just happened to be in the wrong position for the offside.
You know, I kind of also feel like with the neon shoes, it's a little bit easier to see you're offside because you're so bright. You know, you try to blend into the field a little more, I would think, especially with those green uniforms. They might not know.
Yeah, but they look so cool.
They do look cool, and I guess that's the most important thing. So Slack gets it, sends it back up ahead, just over the head of Vaquera. And now coming down with it is McManus. Tries to spring his offense forward. Sliding and knocking it back up is Brocky, and now Moses gets it up front. Ball bouncing around, and now T knocks it outward. This ball just going back and forth, and finally collected by Armstrong. Getting it ahead to Safo. Safo flicks it up. Brocky knocks it down.
That's a little behind the back kick.
And this one will go out of bounds for a Park Center throw-in. Throw-in coming from Corby. Over the heads of a couple of players, and it's going to be collected and sent up by Armstrong. Now they send the ball way up, and Adams trying to go against Kaiser, and Adams wins this one. Adams with Kaiser on his heels, going against the goalie Salado, and that one's knocked out. Good job by Kaiser that time to come back and help play, but now he's down and hurt.
And so's the keeper. Watch this collision between the keeper and the defender. Right there.
Ooh.
Oh, that was nasty.
That was very violent, and Kaiser is down and hasn't moved Salado up, but he is limping noticeably back near the goal line. Boy, not a good break here for a Park Center defense that has already sprung some leaks tonight. You can see Salado there in a lot of pain.
Here we see it again. Here's the collision. Salado comes out, misses the ball, and the two Park Center players collide.
Looks like Kaiser did get his foot on it to knock that out of bounds. So good aggressive defensive play, but he is down and hurt. Hopefully he just got the wind knocked out of him. This was violent.
Yeah, one more time. Let's see the defender coming back.
Oof.
Wow, that is.
Boy, you don't want to speculate on anything about what that was. That looked like it was very jarring.
Yeah, and that's not the end of the problems.
You can see the pain. Salado is on the ground now down there. He's having trouble even standing up.
He's trying to stretch. Trying to work out whatever bruise he got.
The backup goalie for the Armstrong, or check that, the Park Center Pirates, there's not one listed on the varsity roster. The junior varsity goalie is Nathaniel Love, but I'm not sure if he's on the varsity roster or not. This one's going to be taking a little while here as Craig Kaiser still on the ground. So we're going to take a quick break here on Channel 12. 11:30 left to go in the first. 1-0 Armstrong. We'll be back after this.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Lindsay, for example. Her first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. Right away, she received professional training and now has the tools and skills necessary to produce her own show. She's turning dreams into realities right from her own home. And best of all, she's sharing her passion with members of her community and beyond. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy! Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
Welcome back to Armstrong High School as Craig Kaiser has just gotten up and walking off the field under his own power, but you can see how shaken he is, grabbing his neck. I'm not sure if maybe that's where he took the brunt of the hit, but he's talking. He looks to be okay. Hopefully, as Coach McNatten on the right walks off with him, he can get himself a little bit of a break, get righted, and maybe come back on. Meanwhile, the goalie, Salvador Salado, who also was involved in that collision, is back up as well, talking with his teammates. We did get confirmation Hassan Kamara would be the backup goalie if he needed to come in the game. And Salado, though, looks like he's going to stick around. Still, it seems to be a little bit of a limp. Oh, no, he's walking okay, so maybe he'll be all right. And so a scary collision there that time, but good play by Kaiser nonetheless to save what could have been a second goal. Josh Adams still creating all kinds of havoc for the Falcons up there, and now the Armstrong Falcons are going to get a throw in to restart play. 11:30 left. Ball gets sent all the way in, deep one. Goes off a couple of players and knocked out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick. Little miss hit that time by McManus inside.
I thought they were going to push it back and then get another shot at the goal area, but that didn't happen.
I think he maybe was expecting his player to still be out near the corner and didn't quite connect. So this one's sent back up by Salado. And a throw-in now for Park Center. Just an update. Kaiser is sitting on the bench drinking some water. He looks like he's okay, but there's no way to know for us up here whether he's going to be able to come back into this game or not.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the trainers with him right now.
So ball sent ahead. Adams waiting for it, but can't quite get to it. So now Park Center will send things back on offense. Controlled here by Kamara. Kamara sends it right into the middle. Controlling, I believe, is Vaquera, whose shot goes off a Armstrong player, rolling outside, and that's going to go for a corner kick. So our second corner kick of the game, both having gone now to Park Center. And as there you can see Kaiser still being attended to by the trainer. Looking at his chest area, he must have, it was hard to see from our camera angle, but he must have just taken a foot right into the chest there.
He was motioning towards his upper chest and throat.
Here's Manoba's corner inside, went off the foot of a Park Center player, but more of a bounce than a kick, and that one sent out, and now we have
over the top.
Quite the athletic play that time by Michael Errol, the freshman. But yeah, that was definitely over the top, definitely a foul on Errol. Here we see it again.
Wow.
Trying to get to it, but the position was already held that time by Rene Martinez. And so the defender for Park Center. So Pirates will get a free kick. As we're under 10 minutes now to play in this half. Martinez boots it in. Goes off an Armstrong defender and back out. Now sent ahead by Safo. Check that, Safo chasing it. Park Center with a, well, I thought that was Park Center with a dangerous kick, but Safo must have got an arm up. So Falcons get another kick, and this one goes ahead. And Adams tips it outside for Safo. Getting to it. Now Armstrong sends it across, and Kamara kicks that one back up ahead for Park Center, who look to turn things back upfield quickly. Manoba gets the ball taken away from him, and that's Arell sending it back up. McManus now to Safo, sends it all the way back out to the left, and attempting to cross the ball was Tanner Holte, but that one a little bit mishit and went out of bounds. So we'll have a goal kick, and now coming back on the field for Holte will be Nolan Fry. Fry also a freshman for this Falcons squad. Like we said, 3 of them on the team. Nathan Humphrey is the 3rd, along with 8th grader Ian Nielsen Hart are the youngest players for this Falcons squad. Young players, like we said, Coach Getchell expects to be more competitive next year. Tonight they are quite competitive as Moses goes offside for Park Center. They have a bit of a surprising 1-0 lead here as we are under 8 minutes to go in the first half. So after the offside, we'll get a free kick. A low kick that goes to Kamara, who boots it ahead, where Moses will have a chance to chase it on. He's going after it against Krusel. Moses wins that one, gets it back. Park Center, Manoba sends it ahead, and good job that time getting a foot in it by T. Otherwise, it looks like there's going to be a wide open chance for Park Center. Now Kamara can't quite control. Hokinson tries to send it ahead, and eventually it does come to Safo. Steps inside, sends it out. Collecting it is Bella. And now it's sent up ahead. With it is Vasquez. Vasquez gets it ahead to Moses. Moses beats one player, can't beat another, but now here's a chance for Taipananse. Comes back, and controlling it is Bella.
Armstrong defense collapsing around that far side, and they draw a foul.
Nice work that time. There's been a couple chances on slack, certainly, but not necessarily the leaky defense that Armstrong has apparently been, according to the scores of their game. They've done a really nice job containing this high-powered Park Center offense tonight.
Well, they've also had a pretty good result from the midfield. Look at that. That's just individual effort.
Great effort by McManus, who gets it outside to Adams. Adams, one player to beat. Can't do it, but does draw a corner kick because that one goes off Chad Corby. And so the Falcons get their first corner kick of the night with 6 minutes to go in the first half. What you can really tell, especially the seniors in this game, Krusel, Adams, McManus, they know this is their last home game. They're giving it everything they have.
They want this game. They're putting out all kinds of energy and all kinds of effort. And they're playing smart also.
That corner kick came in low and near the post. Nobody there for Armstrong. And now the Falcons will get a foul as that one's going to be on David Ajiman, who went hard into Amadou Manoba. Manoba back up and running, though, and he'll be all right. Kaiser standing up again on the sidelines on the bench for Park Center. Still walking around, but still doesn't look like he's ready to check back into this game. Manoba gets it, controls it, knocks it out to Vasquez. Vasquez swings it outside. Ball sent ahead by Zolnowski. Park Center still maintaining control, looking for that opening, trying to spring forward one of their fleet, solid finishing forwards. Just haven't been able to find the magic touch yet, though. And now we're going to get another free kick for the Pirates, another deep one, as looks like that might have been Safo running into the Park Center player that time. So a free kick for the Pirates, as we said.
49 yards out.
Vasquez
looking for the wall.
Guys it. Looking ahead. Slack comes out of his net to punch it. Park Center sends it back in. Heading it up is Martinez, and eventually Slack comes down with it, keeping the clean sheet, and immediately turns it upfield. But now back on the attack is Manoba. Manoba to Moses. Moses with 5 guys coming around him, and that's going to keep somebody open.
Yeah.
Manoba.
The problem with having 5 guys over there, you're right. Here's the open players on the front side of the goal area. Watch it again. Here's all the activity.
This is right off the corner kick. With a free kick, check that.
Yeah, there's Slack doing a great job of coming in, grabbing the ball, steps around the attacker, and distributes the ball out.
And Moses he's getting close, just hasn't been able to get there yet. But you can tell how dangerous the Falcons consider him.
Offside.
As offside that time was Josh Adams. I don't know about that call. I'd like to see a replay of that one. That was very close.
That was offside.
All right, you're better at seeing those things than I am. I'm a goalie, so I like guys coming in and giving
You just can't
anyway.
trust those goalkeepers.
You never can.
Here it is again. See him? Right there. He was offside.
All right, I'll give you that one. This one's sent ahead. Bouncing back and controlled, flicked on by Adams. Nice play. Adams is going to end up coming back to it. Sends it across. He's got a player open on the other side, but ball bouncing has to be settled. McManus with it, looking for someone to pass to. Kamara, good job stepping up to him. McManus keeps it for the time being. Now Kamara takes it away, steps back, and good defensive effort by Kamara. Clement Kamara has it back, playing with it with Martinez. Check that Vasquez. Vasquez gets taken down from behind, so another free kick here by Ford, Park Center. Plenty of physical play, lots of fouls called, no cards yet in this one. I don't think there's been a play that's been deserving of one.
Not yet, but I did see Mark Weber, the center referee, did talk to a couple players.
That free kick gets over everybody, and Slack there to easily collect that one. Just over 2 minutes to play here, and Armstrong following the script of their last few games, getting out to a 1-0 lead. And they've been able to hold it thus far in the first half. Of course, we still got another 40 to play after this. As Kamara aggressive, but no fault. Now they call it. It was a little bit late. He did get that shoulder into Nolan Frey a little bit, and so a free kick for Shell Hokinson rather, and the Armstrong Falcons. Hokinson sends it forward, flicked on by Adams. Having a great first half here. The lone goal scorer for Armstrong and in this game tonight. And that one hit. Battle for it. Manoba comes up with it, and now he's trying to spring his players forward. Moses getting offside, so the pass can't be taken. Instead, a good defensive play, knocking the ball away from Zolnowski. And it'll be a Park Center throw-in. A minute and 16 to go.
Great job on the defense to not commit the foul.
Zolnowski with the throw-in. Comes in looking for Moses. Tries to flick it on. Can't, but able to get after it. Now trapped in the corner. Good defense by the Falcons. Try to send it forward, but Zolnowski gets it. Tries to pass it inside. Armstrong collects and finally clears the zone. This one, Adams tries to flick on. Can't quite, but now it's grabbed by Urias Ja.
Oh, nice tackle. With another nice tackle. 2 great tackles in a row.
And Baraki playing way up for the Pirates that time, able to get that one, keep it in. Now it goes out of bounds, but Baraki will have a throw-in for Park Center. He's got to wait for his players to come back. Under 30 seconds to go in the first half now. Moses with a bit of a strong touch. This one goes out of bounds, and we'll have an Armstrong throw in with under 20 seconds to play. Sub real quick here. Zachary Nagel coming in for Armstrong, and that sub's pretty much going to kill this half.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's substitute with 10 seconds to go. It's a good way to kill the clock.
Sure is. A Sylvester Jock coming off, but it won't matter. We are at halftime, and surprisingly, the 2-13 Falcons, behind a Josh Adams goal, have a lead over the 10-win Park Center Pirates. That'll do it for our first half here from Armstrong High School on Channel 12 Sports. We'll be back with highlights and stats at halftime. The Falcons lead 1-0.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy! Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Will, for example. His first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. He's learning production skills and now has access to cutting-edge equipment. He's working on local music productions, meeting new people, and gaining experience needed to produce his own show. Best of all, he's sharing his passion for music with others in his community. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
Back at Armstrong High School, where the Northwest Suburban Conference's last place team is leading at halftime over the Park Center Pirates 1-0. We'll get you a look at some first half highlights here between the Falcons and the Pirates. And this one, lots of action early. Josh Adams sneaking in and beating Salado. A great individual effort to get by the Pirates defense and give the Falcons a 1-0 lead 5 minutes in. And then some more chances here. This time it's a chance by number 16. That was Vaquera. Couldn't quite get it in. Then a chance for McManus. He just chips this one over, barely missing, making it a 2-0 lead for the Falcons. And then late in the half, a scary play here. Adams coming in, and Salado runs right into Craig Kaiser, the senior defenseman. Kaiser was on the ground for a long time, was eventually able to get up and walk off under his own power. He's not checked back in the game. Thankfully, everybody was okay in that situation. And that gets us to halftime. As you can see, a pretty even game here thus far. Even matchups and shots on goal and fouls. The Pirates do have one more corner kick than the Falcons. And the most important stat, the Falcons have one more goal in the back of the net than Park Center. An interesting matchup. We thought it might be a good one, the way the Falcons and Pirates came in playing this game, but I don't know that anybody could have predicted Armstrong would be up 1-0 at halftime in the last game of the season. We'll be back with second half action between Armstrong and Park Center here on Channel 12 Sports.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against the wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Cybersecurity starts with you. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
An eating disorder feels like having another person inside your head. It kind of built this wall around me.
The main thing that we needed was hope.
Your age, your gender, your ethnicity. Eating disorders don't discriminate. They can strike anyone. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back to Robbinsdale Armstrong High School as we're a couple of minutes away from starting the second half here between the Park Center Pirates and the host Falcons. 1-0. 1-0. Our Robbinsdale Armstrong lead at halftime. Sig, tell me you saw that one coming.
No, not from not from the statistics, not from the schedule, all that good stuff. But
and not even from what the coaches were telling us beforehand. I mean, Coach Getchell said, "Yeah, we've been playing better, but we don't expect to win this game or really even be in it."
Right, but like you and I said in the pregame, both teams want to go out with the season on an up scale note. They want to be finishing high. They want to have a good solid game to show that they can play, and they're doing that. I mean, as you look at the stats, they're extremely close. The only difference is the number of corner kicks.
Get a look there at Craig Kaiser, the senior defenseman for Park Center. He's the one who was on the end of that violent hit there. We take another look at it here coming in.
Yeah, this is a big time collision right there. He just snaps back at contact, and we were concerned about it, but he did come off pretty much on his own power. We'll keep an eye on him, see if he's going to be playing.
Guessing he's probably done for the day. The entire Park Center team went to the far net at halftime, and Kaiser just stayed on the bench, didn't join him. He's still, as you can see, being attended to by the trainer there. So I'd be surprised. He had the big warm jacket on as well. I'd be surprised if he gets back into this game at this point.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he can convince Dan Miller, that's the medical personnel for Park Center, that he can get back in again.
And Park Center, with him on the field, really surprisingly having trouble up the middle as Adams was able to penetrate, create many chances. We saw McManus just barely miss putting one over the net that would have made it 2-0. Armstrong for as much as Getchell kind of warned us that they can get the ball upfield but don't have a lot of finishers. Boy, they finished that one goal and they've been real close in a couple others.
Yeah, they've been attacking very well. You can see it in their passing. You can see it in how quick their feet are moving. They move from midfield down to about 30 yards with good sharp passing, and then trying to get past the Pirate defense is not as easy as you think.
So if you're Coach Getchell, you're obviously thrilled with your team's performance the first half. What do you say to him at during the halftime break in order to kind of keep it going?
Well, tell him that, I'm sure he told him that they're playing a good game. This is what they've been kind of building up in the last 4 or 5 games, where even though they lost the matches, they've been playing well. And there are some individuals who are really picking up the pace. And that kind of thing becomes infectious to the rest of the team. When you start seeing 3 or 4 players really playing hard and doing everything they can, that flows over to the midfield and then to the defense. And you got to give the Armstrong defense credit. They have kept Park Center out of that net in the first half. And Park Center's had some great chances. We knew they had some speed. We knew they had the ability to move the ball up. And there's no such thing as possession. And possession is 2.5 seconds, and the ball's moving.
Now, if you're Coach McNatten for the Pirates, you lost the last game 2-0. You're down to what should be an inferior team, 1-0 at halftime here. And with this win tonight, if they get the win, could potentially lock up the #1 seed in the section. How concerned is he right now?
I don't think he's that concerned, because he knows what he's got for talent. He knows what he has for a team. And he also knows that Armstrong has some pretty good players and that they've been playing well in the last few games. And he understands what the situation is, but he needs to get that finishing now from his offense.
And so he hopes he can get that as we kick off the second half rather. A handball against Armstrong, and so we'll have a free kick just across midfield taken by Brenton Brocky of the Pirates. He calmly sends this one ahead, trying to set up more of that controlled passing offense that the Pirates displayed so well in the first half. Now grabbed by Gabriel Vasquez. He gets knocked down hard that time by Sylvester Ja, and so once he's able to get back up, they'll get a free kick from what could be dangerous position. Here's a look.
It's a little late reaching around, missed the ball and caught both legs.
Vasquez up and better now, and he looks to take this free kick. Actually, it looks like now stepping back to take it might be Zolnowski. It can be either one of them here for Park Center. Zolnowski with the left or Vasquez with the right. A 3-man wall set up about 10 yards past the ball. It's going to be the left foot of Zolnowski, and he skies this one. And we'll have a goal kick now for Armstrong. Zolnowski just got under that one a little bit too much. The Pirates have been doing a good job on their free kicks of dropping them right in the box. Just haven't finished one yet. That one just a little bit long. Now Moses tries to control, challenged by Hokinson. Hokinson does a good job on him, but now it's going to be Chino Vaquera getting it back. Sends it ahead for Manoba. Manoba can't quite get to it, knocked out of bounds by the Armstrong defense. We'll have a throw-in, and Park Center starting the half on the attack. Of course, the first half, Armstrong surprised us by pretty much being on the attack for most of the first 15 minutes, including that one goal that has them with the lead right now. Park Center trying to tilt the field at the start of this half. This one sent in, no one there. Slack is able to grab it out of the air, and he'll send it back out. And Slack has been very composed back there tonight.
Exactly, and he's been the primary factor on the defense. We were told that the Armstrong defense had some holes in it, but they've been playing pretty tight, and John Slack's been doing a great job in the net.
He's just very calm and composed
Yeah.
back there. He hasn't looked worried or flustered or out of position all night long. He did have to dive to make that one nice save. That's about the only time he's really had to move much for it.
And that's true. Otherwise, he's been very fluid, very calm.
Now Park Center on the attack again. Springing Minoba. Minoba's going to have a chance. Instead, drops it inside. Zanoski turns it, can't get the shot off, and Armstrong's defense sends it back out. But now Guevara trying to send it back in, drops it back. Moses with it. Moses pulls it back and is going to bring it all the way back now to 11, Bakoya. Bakoya sends it in. Kamara trying to get it, and it's sent back up by Armstrong defense, and Park Center can't penetrate the bubble of the Falcons defense.
That's exactly what we were talking about. The Armstrong defense has been bending, but it has not broken.
Sappho gets it to Adams, who gets it to McManus, tries to turn on his defender, can't, and that one knocked back out by Bella.
And then driven right back in again. I think if I were Armstrong, I would really want to test Salado right now.
Especially, I mean, he looks to be moving around just fine again, but he definitely took a hard hit when he went in against Kaiser there.
Yeah, but you want to test his mobility.
Absolutely. Sub now as we see number 12, Michael Arell coming back on. He's going to give his fellow freshman Frey a break as the Armstrong Falcons have a throw-in deep in the offensive zone. Hokinson with a good throw. Gets off of Park Center heading back out. McManus tries to flick it towards the net. And now Armstrong, or Park Center, sends it back up. Kamara gives chase, knocks it ahead to Moses. Moses turns. He's got a couple players to work with. Instead, hits it off the foot of Garrett Hanlon.
Wow, what a lost opportunity for the Pirates. They had a nice formation going. They were moving the ball quickly up the field and lost possession.
David Ajiman tries to keep it in bounds and can't for Armstrong. So we'll have a Park Center thrown on the far side of the field. 5 minutes into the second half that Armstrong still leads 1-0. Now battling for it. Ball eventually is sent ahead to Armstrong. Minoba, and now up for Moses. Moses can't quite get to it before Krusel can. Krusel sends it out of bounds for another Park Center throw-in. So the throw-in for Park Center here. And this one comes into Kamara. Kamara flicks it over. Armstrong gets it back, and it's back and forth now. Minoba drops it back. He looks to be a little bit hurt. Got his foot stepped on. Knocks it back to Vasquez. Now Zolnowski with it. Zolnowski checked that. Zolnowski with a little push from behind that time, and so Park Center is going to draw the foul. And there's a look at Coach McNatton with the hat on his head. I think earlier I might have accidentally said the wrong person was Coach McNatton. Now we got a good shot of him with the hat on his head.
Yep.
And
well, he's built a great program at Park Center the last few years. Known him for a long time and respect him as one of the better coaches around.
He's relaxed enough on the bench right now, but certainly knows his team. You know, they're going to get a good seed either way, but it just feels good to go into the end of the year with that 1 seed label. And a win, like we said, could potentially get them a second-place tie in the conference. They're just behind Andover right now at 10-2-1, and Anoka is at 9-2-1. While Park Center is 8-2-2. And now Moses for the Pirates sends it outside to Zolnowski. Zolnowski collects, going up against Hanlon. Can't get around him, now does, but has another good support defender there. And that one's gonna go out of bounds for a corner kick. I was kind of surprised. It looked that time as Krusel pleading his case. He thought it went off of Zolnowski, but up here it certainly looked like it went off of Krusel. And as a result, Park Center going to get a corner. So I believe that's Minoba down there to take the corner. Going to in-swing it. Comes deep to the top of the box and easily headed out by Armstrong.
Yeah, that was a little bit too far out. Distance was good, but just a little bit outside.
Minoba dribbles around one player, gets around another, Armstrong, Safo thought it was out of bounds, tried to call for it and stopped on the play, and now Park Center still on the attack, but McManus takes it away from Vasquez and sends it ahead. Brocky playing way forward will send it back outside for Moses.
And that's the other factor in this game is the play of McManus. He's really been getting in there and taking the ball away. So Simon McManus, number 25. Along with Adams having a great game. Here they come again.
The shot, and that one just misses. Boy, I think Slack was fooled by that one. That shot did come quickly. I didn't even see who got it off, to be honest. We'll take a look here.
Is it number 11?
Yep, that would be Glenn Bakoya. And
I wonder if Slack was a little bit screened on that play.
Yeah, he didn't see that one coming in because he did not move until the last second when it was getting past him.
Yeah, it was already past him when he moved.
So thankfully for Slack and the Falcons, that one misses just by about a foot or so. But Park Center once again back in the attack as they have been most of this half. Park Center playing with a renewed vigor here as they draw another corner kick. Their fourth of the game, second of the half, and this time Manoba won't take it. This is going to be Zolnowski, the lefty, for Park Center. This is what Coach Getchell was talking about, trying to bend but not break as Zolnowski swings it in, and that one goes off Hokinson, sent back out. Brocky settles, and another chance this time by Bakoya. Can't quite get it on net though, but Park Center keeps the pressure on by retaining possession. Vasquez.
Armstrong keeps blocking these shots.
Now they send it up. Manoba runs back for it. Check that, that was Bella. Bella gets it all the way back to Corby. Now Bella sends it ahead. Just over McManus. Seems like he's everywhere tonight.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's just all over the place.
That one skips underneath Josh Adams all the way back to Salado, who will pick it up. I think it's the first time Salado has touched it this half outside of that goal kick that he had. So this is what we said before, you know, Armstrong in their last several games have been able to get that lead, but then they are not able to maintain it. And right now that that renewed kind of offensive attack by Park Center is really dictating the pace of this half, as Armstrong, which was so threatening offensively in the first half, just hasn't been able to get that going. And now we're going to get a foul called on, I believe on Armstrong. I'm not sure what. Oh, there's out of bounds.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Ball went out of bounds on the far side. So we'll get a substitution. Zolnowski comes off, and you can see number 17, Tanner, or check that. That's Chris Al-Wakil coming on for Park Center. Ball back in play. Armstrong with it. And a foul called that time as Park Center's defender kind of pulled on the Armstrong player a little bit. So the Falcons now will go back on the attack. After 8 chances on the first half, Armstrong hasn't been doing too much this half. 11 minutes in, hoping to turn that around. Its second goal would really put the pressure on the Pirates here. Controlling it is Safo. Ball bouncing around between a number of players.
And the same thing with Park Center, that their defense is not giving the shots, standing in the way, making the blocks.
As they get in front of that one. Ball knocked ahead. Brocky tries to send it out, goes off his head backwards, and Salado able to come get to it.
That could have been dangerous.
Yeah, Adams was running in threatening that time. Kaiser still on the bench, by the way, for Park Center.
No, I agree with you. I don't think we're going to see him in the rest of this match.
Brocky sends it up, and Hokinson knocks out of bounds, so we'll have a Park Center throw-in. 12 minutes gone in this second half. Armstrong hanging on to that 1-0 lead, looking for their third win of the season, just their second of the conference. But that would be a big one, as it would move them out of last place in the Northwest Suburban Conference. You never want to finish last, especially Robbinsdale Armstrong. Now Park Center threatening up that right side again. Ball comes back. Moses sends it in. Looking for Al-Wakil, and getting to it is Slack before Al-Wakil can get his head on it. Good read that time by the cool and composed Slack.
Just keeping his eye on the ball. up and over the attacker and brings it in with these outstretched arms.
And now his fellow Falcons back on the attack. Good defense that time by Brocky, as Adams was looking to get sprung for another chance on net. And now Park Center back ahead. Moses moving to the left side of the field, gets taken out hard
hip check
that time by Jackson Krusel. Moses is down, and he looks to be in a bit of pain.
Yeah, this is a basic hip check. Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, didn't even go for the ball that time.
No.
I'm kind of surprised there's not a card there.
I'm shocked that there wasn't a yellow.
And Moses still down, and that's not good news for the Pirates. We talked about in the first half, he is their best player. 16 goals, 12 assists on the year, far and away leading the team in both categories. Coach McNatten told us, as Moses goes, our team goes. And if he's down, what does that mean for Park Center? Take another look.
And this is just flagrant. He just stuck his hip up.
Yeah, didn't even look at the ball, didn't put a foot towards it. That really probably should have been a card. You know, the refs have called a very good game tonight. You don't like to nag on the refs too much, but I think they might have missed that one there.
Well, that's a judgment call for the referee to pull out a card, but I think that was warranting a yellow.
Good news is Moses is back on his feet now. He's going to have to come off as they stop the clock for him. I'm sure as soon as he's ready, he'll be back on. Park Center can't afford to have their star player off the field too long. But we will get a water break for the players here and get right back to it as soon as Moses is off the field. Looks like Zelnowski is going to come back into the game for Moses, number 14. Yeah, Moses walking off slowly, but he looks like he'll probably be okay. Just get a little breather after that hip check to the stomach. The trainer's gonna check on him anyway. So Zelnowski will come on, and the Pirates will have a free kick from a pretty good position. Gabriel Vasquez going to take it. They're about 25 yards out or so. Vasquez will try and put this one on one of the heads of his players, tie this game up.
It's a direct kick.
Two-person wall. Vasquez curls it in, and a shot that time by Manoba. Able to get it up and over the Armstrong defender, but that one goes just wide. Let's take a look here.
Here's a free kick. And it's off a Armstrong defender, and then the attempt by number 22. That's Manoba.
Yep, and that went off Hanlon, which led to the corner kick there. But you can see good defense that time by Armstrong. They'll send that one back up ahead and off a Pirates player, so Armstrong will get the throw in. Moses still being attended to on the bench, by the way, so we'll see. It looks like it's a coach, his assistant, talking to him this time. So they must be giving him a little breather right now. He's drinking some water. I would imagine he'll be back in soon. Get a good look at the star player, number 13 for the Pirates, a senior for Park Center. Now the ball back in play. Armstrong skies it up into the air. A couple players looking to go for it. Park Center a little aggressive that time was Clement Kamara, and so we'll get an Armstrong free kick from midfield.
You know, the Armstrong offense needs to get moving here. They've had 0 shots in the second half,
especially after 8 in the first half there. And that guy, number 13, Josh Hill, was actually check that. That's number 12 right there, Michael Arell. But Josh Adams was responsible for a lot of those, and they just haven't found a way to spring him yet this half. Now knocked down by Colley back in the game, and a takedown that time by number 5, Smith T. The fans here don't like it, but I think that Amadou Manoba did have position, so and the ref saw it the same way. So Vasquez here with the free kick for Park Center. Vasquez gets a good leg under this one, sends it right in. Slack way out and is able to punch that one forward. Good play that time by Slack, coming way out of his net to knock that one away. Running in on it is Bakoya. Not able to get through the defense though, so it's sent back up to Adams, who's gonna slow it down, wait for his team to catch up. There's Safo with it. Safo dribbling outside, tries to send it back in, but knocked away by Corby. Somehow it does sneak through, and Brocky has to sky it out of bounds in order to clear it. and Armstrong will get a throw in. And now we see Moses rising from the bench, so he's going to check back into this game shortly for Park Center as we are under 24 minutes to play. Hokinson sends this one in, drops down to Sappho off the tap. Sappho being defended and tries to hit it back. No one from his team there in particular, so Park Center will send it ahead. And that was one of those, Hokinson now with it. This one now a chance coming up the left side. Well defended that time is Zachary Nagel, and Park Center tries to clear it and finally does. Boy, Nagel for a chance, but Park Center's defense recovered quickly, and now on the attack, Manoba with it. Manoba dribbles around one player, calmly drops it back and now sent ahead for Zolnowski, but Slack way out to get that one as soon as it rolls into the penalty box. And so they will send it back forward. Decent looking chance that time there for Park Center as Vaquera looked to spring Zolnowski. Now running onto it is Kamara. Kamara tries to send it up ahead for Manoba, but defended well. Now the ball does sneak through to Manoba. And now Zolnowski checks it ahead. Vaquera has it, looks to see his options, chips it up, and headed out that time by Krusel. However, getting it back is Bakoya. The shot goes off an Armstrong defender. Now Colley, but sent back ahead by Armstrong. And they are just not letting the Pirates get a good, clean shots at the net. And we'll get a call this time on, I believe that's Bakoya, sent back up right away after the reset for Adams. Adams tries to send into Sappho, and instead it's knocked down by Brocky, and now Corby controls it, sends it back to Bella. Bella sends it ahead for Vaquera. Now it bounces around. McManus eventually comes down with it. Tries to send ahead Sappho a little too far, and Salato all the way out from his net to get that one. Salato sends it out to Colley. Colley settles, sends it across the field. Now grabbed by Bakoya. Bakoya calmly up to Zolnowski. Zolnowski outside to Kamara, who came back for it. Manoba, who's switched all the way up to forward, trying to have a chance. Great drop back to Vasquez. Vasquez with a chance, but it's knocked down by Hanlon.
Wow, what a move by the defender that time. Just as he was winding up for the shot, it seems like the Armstrong defense has been on its heels, but they come up with a big play.
And now we're going to get a foul on Park Center's check that on Armstrong. So Brocky with a chance. Let's take a look at that again.
Look at these chances right here. There's a shot. There's a nice defensive move by Hanlon, and then clearing it out. They've been doing this for the last 10, 12 minutes.
That's great vision by Manoba to turn the ball back. Unfortunately, he had to put it in the air to get it back for Vasquez, who just couldn't get to the spot quick enough, had to wait for the ball to bounce, and Hanlon recovering just in time. That was close to being the best chance Park Center's had all half, even though they've had most of the offensive possession this half.
Yeah, they've had 4 shots, 1 on goal.
So now Colley outside. Still not out, no, they do call it out of bounds.
Yep.
And so now we're going to get some substitutions. Moses able to check back into the game now for Park Center. And a couple of substitutions coming in. We're going to get Sylvester Ja, number 18, Nathan Humphrey, the other freshman, the third freshman on this Armstrong team coming in, as you get a good look at Moses. With half of the second half left to go, Moses, a player looking to get his Pirates on the board, secure that first seed, and potentially that second place finish in the conference, as he plays the last regular season game of his senior year. Now Kamara stepping to it. And Moses in there as well. Kamara gets a foot on it, tries to get around a defender, settles. Good patience by Kamara. Gets it outside for Bakoya. Bakoya trying to dribble around a defender, is able to. Sends it in low on the ground. Kamara with a chance and a great save by Slack. Point blank on the bouncing shot from Kamara.
What's his shot here? Hard shot, and then Slack being in the right place at the right time, diving, smothering that ball up.
Far and away the best chance we've seen this half, but now cutting into it. Sappho with a chance, drops it outside, and a shot, and another good save on the other end. Salado getting in on Sylvester Ja to stop that one.
Took too much time to get the shot off. And here's the other side. Just trying to position the ball and ran out of time as Salado came out to smother it.
Great one-touch passing that time between Adams and Sappho, and an even better defensive play that time by the keeper, Salado, to cut off the angle as this one goes just wide of Salado for a goal quick. And boy, back end-to-end action here at this one. Great saves by Slack and Salado to keep this game at 1-0. So now the Pirates goal kick is low and not going to make it to a Pirates player. So Armstrong gets it back, but tracking back for it is Bella. Now, great touch by Adams. Here's Sappho with a chance and a better defensive play. Backtracking that time is Corby to stop the attack from happening. My goodness.
And that started with number 13, Adams, redirecting that pass to the outside.
And you know, before the game, Coach Getchell was telling us Sappho is such a dynamic player, such a talented player, but is really still learning to control the ball. And you could tell that time, if he was just a little more advanced with it, he could have settled it, got that shot off before Corby came back.
That just ran out of time.
Now the corner comes in. Adams sends it back up. No Armstrong players there, but it can't get cleared. And a chance headed out of bounds that time.
Over the end line for a goal kick.
And that's going to be number 6, Ja, on the chance. And that one just never settled enough for any Armstrong player to get a good poke at the net on it.
But they have shifted the momentum to the Armstrong offense, and here they come again.
Absolutely. Brocky steps in front of Sappho to get that one. Heads it up to Kali. Kali now trying to shift the momentum the other way, but nice defense by Sappho. He gets it outside to Ja. Ja controlling, pushed out of the way though that time by Kali. Kali, that was an unnecessary foul. He probably could have poked the ball away without pushing Ja and got some momentum going for his Pirates. But now Hokinson will take the kick for Armstrong, looking to increase their lead. It's a line drive in there, and Kali hits it straight up in the air. Hokinson now takes it for the throw, and he's got an arm. Throws it in deep.
Wow.
Rocky will head it out.
That's the kind of throw-in that's as good as a corner kick.
Absolutely. So now trying to get it back upfield. Zolnowski, Kamara. Now Vasquez chasing after it. Check that Guevara. And now Kamara comes down with it and sends it ahead for Moses. Park Center. Players rushing upfield, trying to get on this attack so that they can tie the game. Moses dribbling, gets around a player, sends it in, and that one headed out. Not quite out. Zolnowski has it, and the shot by Kamara, and another good save. Slack there once again. Wasn't the hardest shot, but he made Slack have to work for it.
Just if that's what you call work. he knew where that ball was and just kind of leaned over and brought that in.
Now Sappho tries to dribble it through, but Brocky there to take it. Kali has it back. Kali looking to do something with it. Tries to dribble around a couple players, eventually gets knocked out of bounds off Kali. So we'll have an Armstrong throw-in as we approach 15 minutes left to play in this game. Another good throw-in by Hokinson. Brocky flicks it back. Kali skies it ahead. Moses running onto it, trying to save it from going out of bounds, and is able to get around Krusel, who was trying to shield it and let it go. Drops it back for Guevara. Guevara loses his dribble.
Couldn't get the trigger pulled.
And tries to flick it ahead for Kamara, but goes right to waiting Slack.
Let's see him trying to get the kickoff. Well, we're back to live action.
Kamara settles it, gets it ahead to Moses. Moses turns on it. Ball gets poked from behind by Hokinson, but Kamara comes to collect. Kamara has all time to set up a cross. Gets it in, and that one gets to Slack, and Slack had to track that one in the air so it didn't get over him. And Slack, once again, controlling the ball for the Falcons, still has not let in a goal tonight. If this score were to hold, it would be just the third shutout all year for Slack. Their 2 wins, a 5-0 win over Duluth Marshall and a 2-0 win over Elk River earlier this year. An Elk River team that surprisingly beat this Park Center squad earlier in the year.
That's their common foe, or one of the common foes.
Park Center throw in, comes to Hokinson. Hokinson looking ahead for Adams. Adams, great play to let Corby get over him, and now Adams with a chance, just Brocky to beat, but Brocky backtracks well. Salado slides to make the grab, and Adams never gets a chance to put it on the net.
The ball's bouncing up and then out of reach of Adams, and then there's a final contact at the end, no foul called.
Just a little bit of a shove. Yeah, I think he had to get his hands up to stop from tripping over the goalie as well. Now we're going to get a foul here, and so Park Center will get a free kick. Vasquez drops back to take this, sending everybody forward. This one skied into the box, off of Krusel, and sent back upfield. Safo giving chase now. Gets a head on it, and now able to control it. Well, there's some good control by Safo. Lets it settle, and a great ball inside to Adams. Adams with a chance, Salado out, Adams shot, just misses.
Ooh,
what
my
a
goodness.
play up the field that time. Safo to Adams, and Salado coming out to challenge the ball well.
And just pokes it wide.
That would have potentially ended things. Now we have 3 subs coming on as we see David Ajiman, Tanner Holte, and Simon McManus all coming on for Armstrong. 12.5 minutes to play. This game has had a little bit of everything, Sig.
Absolutely. So now Armstrong bringing in some fresh legs.
Sent ahead by Bakoya. Moses tries to flick it on, gets taken down, no call. Moses now with the ball at his feet again, sends it ahead for Kamara. Kamara onside, but Slack does well to come out and pick up the ball. He has made every read, every correct read tonight back there in net, and it's helped keep the Pirates off the board. Slack boots it ahead. Headed up by Brocky. Dangerous play that time by Safo, and he'll get the whistle for it as he had a foot close to Brocky's diving head. So the Pirates with a free kick, and boy, they're starting to enter hustle territory here. They've tried and tried everything and have not been able to get anything on net. And the time is running out for Park Center now.
Well, that's primarily been because the back 4 defenders for Armstrong have been hanging in there.
Safo tries to dribble around Corby, can't, so Corby helps spring it back upfield. Now Brocky to it, tries to send it ahead, but too far for Guevara. And so we're going to get a throw in here. Vaquera checked that. We'll get a throw in here for Armstrong. Hokinson going to take his time with it as the clock ticks down to 11 minutes left. We have a substitution here. I believe this is Nolan Frey coming back on as Ja will get a break for Armstrong. Errol sends the ball ahead for Adams. Salado has to come out to get it and beats Adams to the ball. Salado quickly boots the ball back up ahead. Ball looks like it hangs out. I'm not sure if there's much wind up here, but the ball's hung up a couple times as they've sent it down from the right to the left tonight.
It's not as windy as it was, but there is some wind. So if it's up high, they may have caught a little bit of wind.
Brocky now tries to sky the ball forward. Gets over a couple players' heads. Moses battling for it. Kamara too, but eventually it's going to get sent ahead by Holte. Now, ball bouncing between both teams. Armstrong eventually controls. Adams.
Safo calling for it from the outside.
Adams gets it to him. Safo on the left. Tries to cut back. Good defense that time by Corby. Corby takes it away from him. Can't get around the other Armstrong player. Brocky steps to it. Ball drops back, and here's a chance for Adams' shot, and that one's right on to Salado. Save made, and the ball will get booted ahead, and Park Center will try and go back on the attack. Moses, the holding forward, tries to settle. Now grabbed by Park Center, sent outside to Vaquera. Vaquera still with it. Dribbles around a player, pushed on by Hokinson. No call.
Advantage. It calls advantage.
And now a chance in the box, and oh, that one just missed. What a shot that time by Vaquera. He had Slack beat, but it goes just wide off the Falcons, however. And so we'll get that was Moses with the shot.
That was the foul, advantage called.
And so a free kick, as Slack must have made the save that time, because I didn't see who else that went off of. The corner kick comes in off a Park Center player. They call it dangerous. And so let's take another look at this play by Moses.
Steps around, sizes up the keeper.
And boy, Slack did make that save.
He got just a piece of it, yeah.
Just knocked it outside of the post. And we talked about before that physical play between Hokinson and Vaquera. The ref called the advantage, let it go for Park Center, and that's what led to that Moses chance. This time no advantage, even though Moses had control. So Park Center will get another shot as we tick down close to the 8-minute mark. Vasquez back to take the shot, or the kick. Two-person wall setting up for Armstrong. 4 guys in the box, 2 just outside for Park Center. Shot comes in right at Slack. No chance to be headed in by any Pirate, and so Slack will calmly bring it back up to send up field. Under 8 minutes to go now. Still 1-0 advantage. The 2-13 Falcons over the 10-win Pirates. This one knocked down. Vasquez will send it ahead for Moses. It's going to bounce. Slack way out of his net. Now he has to retreat because Moses is going to get to it first. Ball bounces out. Kamara trying to get to it. Hokinson flicks it ahead. Vasquez settles. Now Manoba gets it. Tries to bounce it forward, but it goes off Harrell and sent back upfield. Bakoya. Now back up to Adams. Adams, great job falling to get the ball ahead. Here's a chance for Armstrong. Safo, but he's out of bounds as the ball trickles into the net. A very close play that time. Safo just out of bounds. That's not Safo, check that. That's Ajiman. And so still a 1-0 game, under 7 minutes to play.
So those offsides will kill you.
This one, Brocky does well to settle with traffic around him. Calmly delivers it to Vasquez. Vasquez on the move. Good pass up ahead to Vaquera. Vaquera on the left side. Cuts it back to his right. Sends it in, looking for a player coming on. Down to Moses' feet, the shot, and a great save by Slack. My goodness, Moses thought that he had the game tied, and Slack on the ground makes the save.
Look at this shot. Right here. Moses takes it right at Slack. Slack just bounces it up along the front of his body and then scoops it in.
Looks like a hockey goalie shooting his leg out there. He's
Boy,
getting ready for the ice coming up in a month here. This one sent ahead, knocked down off of Hanlon. Out of bounds, so we'll have a Park Center throw-in. Slack, another senior on this team, just been the star of the game to the second half. Now Moses with it. Flicks it ahead for himself, but Hanlon does well to block it, and Moses gets called for a foul. Armstrong going to take their time setting this kick up. Boy, what a back and forth game. We thought that this had a chance to be a good one, and even though the score is 1-0, that does not indicate how back and forth this game has been, how many chances both teams have had.
A lot of quality shots coming from the Pirates.
Now Vaquera pulls it back, tries to cross it. McManus knocks it out of the way. And now McManus is going to get a chance to go for it in the air. He gets it ahead to Adams, chasing down Brocky, trying to shield him. Adams gets to it. What's the call?
This could be a foul against the
I think it is, because the ref was pointing as if it was a corner kick. And the side linesman, I should say, the ref is clearly pointing out that it's a foul.
Yep.
And the kick will be taken in the box by Park Center. But we're under 5 minutes left, so Brocky's got to hurry. He hustles to the ball, sets up the kick, sends a low pass up to Bakoya. Bakoya starts things up the left side. That one skitters through to Vaquera. Krusel sends it off Vaquera. Now the ball comes to Vasquez's feet. He gets it outside to Moses, who sends it ahead. Manoba flicks it on for Kamara. Kamara settles, knocks it up ahead. Vaquero with a chance, and the shot, and that just misses! I believe there was offside, though, on that play.
Yes, there was.
Vaquero was offside.
Yeah, he was offside.
So the shot wouldn't have counted if it had gone in. Slack doing a great job nonetheless, coming out to get in front of that one. Now we're under 4 minutes to go.
See it again. He was offside and then just shanked it past the far upright, the post.
And the Pirates have done everything but put it in the net tonight.
Well, they've been swarming all over the place on offense and just cannot get the ball into the net.
Bella knocks it out of bounds, and so a throw-in now for Armstrong, who will take their time deciding who's going to take it. It's going to be the big arm of Hokinson.
Yeah, he's been a big factor also.
And his job just to get this as deep as it can away from his net right now, and he does that. Brocky trying to shield Adams. Can't. Adams keeps it in bounds. Great hustle play by Adams. He knocks it all the way to the other side of the field, eating off more clock. And now Armstrong, or Park Center, are going to have a throw-in as we get down to 3 minutes left to play in this one. Getting ready for the upset. More time taken off as the ref has to send the ball back for Park Center to throw it in. Kamara tries to send it ahead, hits it poorly, and so we'll have another throw-in for Armstrong.
Look at Park Center over on the stat sheet. They've had 13 shots in the second half, 6 of those on goal, and about 4 incredible saves on the part of John Slack.
Unbelievable. Well, that throw-in goes out of bounds, so now we're going to get a goal kick. The Park Center hustles to get it, but Coach Getchell, I think in a bit of a strategic moves, makes a substitution to eat some time. He gets Sappho off and brings on Nathan Humphrey, the freshman. Now Brocky with it. Not many chances left for Park Center to attack. He starts this one by sending it straight to McManus. McManus sends it back into the Park Center zone. Brocky skies it ahead, headed back in by Humphrey, who just came on. Brocky, Adams battling for it. Coming down with it is Errol. And a foul called on Park Center.
Well, they did not need to do that.
And so a free kick for Armstrong. And the Park Center coach comes out to kick that one back to Armstrong. Get this ball in play, he says. We got to get this going quickly.
And Armstrong absolutely in no hurry whatsoever.
So now getting ready to take the kick is Krusel. Krusel with a shot that goes off the goal post, the football goal post, just above the crossbar of the soccer goal. And immediately, Salado gets this one back up to Bacoya. Bacoya sprints ahead with it. He's just going to sky it forward and let his players run onto it. Slack smartly playing way out of his net, anticipating that deep shot, picks up the ball, and as we approach 1 minute left, he's going to boot this thing as far as he can up across midfield.
You can see Slack there giving direction to the defense of what he was going to do.
Errol knocks it off the arm of Vasquez, so another kick for Armstrong, and everything seems to be going their way now at the end of this half.
All they have to do is take their time and send it in.
They send it deep, and Salado scrambling around the corner of his net to get another ball to send back in, but we're going to get another substitution. Sappho comes in, Ja coming off. Check that, Humphrey is going to come off. And so a little gamesmanship that time by Coach Getchell, again taking time off the clock as we're down to 20 seconds. Maybe time for one more rush for Park Center if Kamara and the Pirates can get it upfield quickly. But coming back and playing good defense is Armstrong Sappho. And a throw in for Armstrong in 10 seconds.
That'll kill it.
That is going to do it. What a game to end the season here at Armstrong High School. The 2-13 Falcons. 1 win in conference. Last place, no more. They defeat the 10-win Park Center Pirates 1-0. An outstanding effort for that man, John Slack, and great effort by his fellow seniors, Josh Adams, and of course, Simon McManus, the captains as well. Jackson Krusel, a great game. Oh, what a big win for Armstrong here tonight, Sig.
We don't do star players anymore, but you're looking at him right there. John Slack was a key factor in the huge victory. Park Center has incredible speed. We saw that the entire match. Just kept pounding and pounding and pounding. But the Armstrong defense stood up there and refused to break.
Fantastic game to finish our regular season coverage of boys soccer here on Channel 12. John Slack and the Armstrong Falcons end their senior regular season in style with a 1-0 win over the Park Center Pirates. What a game for Sig Ligry, for our director, Steve Brockhouse, and all the fantastic Channel 12 crew. Hey, it's playoff time. We're getting ready to go here. I hope you enjoyed this broadcast of Armstrong's 1-0 win over Park Center. I'm Alex Walker. It's time for playoffs, baby. Thanks for watching on Channel 12.
Thank you.